What's going on, YouTube? Let me do a quick roll call, see who's tardy and who's not. Let me go to the top of the list. Don't want to miss anybody.
Warning, one message detected.
Oh, I got to shut my damn phone off. First of all, nothing in this video is financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions. I don't have a crystal ball. I just got out of YouTube jail because I commented on Nichols' video about the previous POTUS having a sniffing problem. All right. We got my Nickel. We got Mr. Gerald Draper. We got Death from Below, Mr. Bob. Robert, what's up, brother? We got, scrolling down, I'm kind of old, the Doc. We got J-Lo's in here, I know that. We got John Camper. What's up, bro? This laptop's a little slow. Sorry, I stream from my laptop and I gotta do other stuff from my PC at the same time. So y'all gotta bear with me on this one. I didn't plan to do a video tonight. What's up, Evil Cowboy? Long time, bro. Amistic Day? Did I say that right? Sorry, my screen's super small on the laptop, which is what I'm looking at. Welcome in. Appreciate y'all being here. Okay, none of this is financial advice. I'm going to be honest with you. My mind is going a lot of directions right now. I'm truly sickened by what I'm going to discuss in this video. And I mean that from a human standpoint. Y'all remember 2008, the housing crash? I've been kind of setting myself up for a little while now I've been seeing, what's up, Zardos? I've been seeing a trend with auto loan defaults, which are up. We're going to talk about that. I did a video about student loans coming due. They're going to start collecting on student loans Monday, May 5th, right around the corner. That are delinquent. That's upside down. Let's fix that. It's going to drive me nuts. Auto loans, delinquencies have risen. Why is it? It doesn't look right no matter what I do. Here's what we're going to do. That's going to drive me nuts. Merry Christmas, y'all. That's what it says. And in 2008, the housing market crashed. Y'all remember that? I was too young to fully understand it. And by too young, I was 28. I mean, financially, my financial literacy was not there. I was just starting to get on the financial train of success, I guess you could say, or working towards success. I don't think success is ever fully achieved. I think it's a goal that never ends. And Nickel has to go poop, apparently. What's up, Scorpion, my brother? How you doing, buddy? Scorpion and I, we talk from time to time. Good dude, man. Y'all need to check out his, 3 channels? By the way, a lot of what I'm going to talk about is linked in this video below in the description. I don't believe in pumping. You don't know that. I don't tell you this is going to make you rich. This is going to make you rich. It's all falling apart tomorrow. But this gravely concerns me. Anyway, I've been setting myself up. 2008. There was a lot to be learned. There was a gentleman. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I've been doing. There's a couple ways you can set yourself up for housing declines. One way is to buy property, buy houses once they're foreclosed on. I'm not taking that particular method. Not that I think it's bad. I'm just not in a position to do that comfortably at the moment. I probably could, but I'm not comfortable with it. What's up, Beto? And there's another way. There was a gentleman back then that made billions of dollars shorting the housing market. I'm not going to get into the specifics. I'm kind of doing the same thing, okay? And I'm doing it with auto loans. It's accelerating quicker than I thought based on what I'm discovering. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to profit as much as I'd hoped. And again, don't get it twisted. I don't want this to happen to people. And it affects us all, whether we realize it or not. And we'll talk about that. Let's get into, I've been seeing a lot of talk lately lot of videos. And some of the videos are from people that they're the doom and gloomers. They're the it's all coming apart tomorrow. So I don't watch them much. But this particular information started coming into my feed, and they actually backed it up with proof. So I watched it, and I'm glad I did. And that was earlier today. So, and this comes from HUD.gov. FHA National Servicing Center Loss Mitigation Services. Actually, I don't want to start. Yes, I do. Okay. FHA offers the thing that ends in 19 that happened in 2020, you know what I'm saying? I'm still afraid to say it. Recovery options to eligible borrowers who are 61 days or more delinquent through April 30th, 2025. That's what, 4 days? For some of y'all, it's 3 days because it's the 26th here at 9:25 p.m. Is this your house on the page, Nickel? Okay, so what happens after April 30th, 2025? A lot of people are saying that Trump's not going to renew these recovery options. And, I don't want this to happen to people, but I'm sorry. I agree with that. If you can't pay the mortgage, you shouldn't have taken out the loan. Again, I don't want that to happen to people. So you look at that and you look at, sorry, I'm multitasking. Don't hate me, guys. Here we go. I wanted to know how many active FHA loans there are. And keep in mind, the government's never honest with us. I think we can all agree on that. So it's probably, they're telling us it's bad. What's up, Vegas? They're telling us it's bad, which means it's probably worse than they're telling us. They're going to tell us at some point, oh, it was a bigger hole than we thought. So the fact that they're admitting this concerns me even more. 7.8 million active FHA loans. Nearly 14% of them are currently in default, which means over 1 million homeowners in the program are missing payments. Think about that. Think about how many of them are probably delinquent on auto loans, student loans. I mean, do we ever learn as people? It's kind of scary. So what happens when people lose their homes? What happens when they can't pay their student loans? What happens when their cars get repoed? How does that affect us? Well, a couple different ways. You might be saying, I don't own a home. I'm not going to be affected. Do you rent one from someone who's making mortgage payments that's delinquent? What's up, blue collar? Because guess what? If the person that you're renting a house from or an apartment, if they've refinanced a loan, if they're paying a mortgage and they're delinquent and you're the renter, you're on your butt. It don't matter. You're out on your ass, dude. It's pretty scary to think about. And a lot of people don't consider that. Oh, I paid my rent. I don't got to worry. I'm not getting evicted. Well, you are if your landlord ain't paying the mortgage, buddy. Okay. 22 people on 13 thumbs up. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Vegas. Come on, y'all. What's up, Zardos? This truly sickens me, y'all. This is scary. And I stand to make financial gain on this happening, and I still don't want it. I really don't, but I can't change it, so I might as well make some damn money. But it's sad. How else does it affect us? Well, if people lose their cars, their houses, their student loans are being garnished. Do you have a job? Do you own a business? Well, they're not going to have the money to spend at your business or at your job to support your company as much as they did before everything came due. I mean, we got the FHA loan. What do they call it? They call it the relief package, I believe. That's ending in 3 to 4 days, depending on where you're located. Vegas, how am I going to make money on it? I'm not going to buy the foreclosed homes because I'm not that rich. I might be able to buy one or two, but I'm not going that route. All I'm going to say is there was a gentleman back in 2008. What's up, Mustard? He saw this coming. Everyone thought he was a nut, and he was right. He made a lot of people a lot of money. His name's Michael Berry. Look him up. Look up his story. Basically, he shorted the housing market. There's ways to do that. Doc, you're cracking me up. And that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it through electronic funds. What's up, Mr. West Texas and Mrs. West Texas Stagger? So that's what I'm doing. There's a couple ways to make money on it, a few ways, and this is one of them. Yeah, I hate spell correct, Gerald. And this laptop, when I type, the O sticks, so it makes me look like I can't type. So that's what I'm doing, not because I want it to happen, not because I'm happy people are going to be hurting, in my opinion. And this is what I'm seeing with, let's see here. While a precise real-time count of delinquent FSA loans is difficult to obtain, a recent report for the U.S. Government Accountability Office, GAO, and this is an AI overview I'm reading, but it's still interesting, indicates that FSA has distributed approximately $2.3 billion in loan debt assistance to borrowers. That would not surprise me. $2.3 billion in loan debt assistance to borrowers who are delinquent on FSA or other qualifying loans as of April 2024. Additionally, in December of 2024, according to the USDA.gov, announced the final $300 million in automatic assistance to over 1,280 distressed direct and guaranteed farm loan borrowers. Dude, do the math. It's all coming to a head at once. Student loans, housing market. I mean, FHA, or FSA, or FHA. It looks like they're not at this point going to have another relief package. Which again, I'm sorry for people that are overextended, but I agree with that. No more free ride, but it's going to hurt the rest of us too. They keep building houses here, but the new thing is they are building new houses to rent out. Yep. And how many of those houses have loans that are in forbearance that's about to end and default? What's up, High Desert, Mr. Snowman? He got some snow today. Trump guided bankruptcy as predicted in the text. Okay. That's what HDP says. So student loan collections are coming starting on Monday, the 5th. You're not getting help on the FSA loans after, what the hell is the 30th? I don't know. Let me look. 30th is Wednesday. Unless they come out with a new package. I'm not sure Trump will. And again, it's got to end at some point. I don't like tariffs, but I support him doing this. I've been open about that. I know a lot of y'all love the tariffs. I don't. But I like a lot of what Trump's doing, and I'm behind this 100%. Let's flip over. I got a lot of windows open to the auto market thing. And see, the auto market thing has kind of been happening a lot longer. I think this is a bubble that's been building longer than the housing market, because after 2008, lending restrictions were pretty strict for a while. And the auto loan restrictions really got lax, and they really got liberal about them a whole lot sooner than the housing market. So let's take a look at what Lending Tree says. Auto loan statistics in 2025. This is insanity. Average car payments to most popular that's not what I meant to read. The average car payment for new vehicles was $742 per month in the fourth quarter of 2024. And you got to figure, it's not just $742. You got to have full coverage on that SOB or the bank takes it back. So let's just call that about $1,000. $950, depending on your driving record, dude. Okay, average car payment for new vehicles was $742 per month in the fourth quarter of 2024, down 0.1% from Q4 of 2023. Meanwhile, average car payments for used and leased vehicles decreased by 1.9% and 1.6% respectively over the same period. Average car payments. Price of used cars and trucks increased. Auto loan debt is the second largest category behind mortgages. And every quarter, the defaults on auto loans has been going up. So you've got auto loan defaults going up. You've got housing loan defaults that the government's been covering people on with their stimulus or relief packages, whatever they want to call them, coming to an end. Student loans coming to an end, forgiveness coming to an end. This could get ugly. This could mean less people coming through your doors to support your employer or you as the employer. This could. I'm not going to say there's going to be chaos on the streets and people are going to go nuts, but it ain't going to be good. It ain't going to be good. And then you have shipping issues with, trade disagreements. What's up, Rhonda? Rhonda, you've been around lately. I'm glad you're still around. Things could get a little bit chaotic. And I'm really seeing a lot of this starting to come to. What's funny to me, not funny, haha, but ironic, is it's all happening. It's all this forgiveness and forbearance and extensions and handouts and, oh, it's okay. You can't pay. It's okay. We'll get it later. All that's coming to an end with the housing and with the student loans at the same damn time. And we all know that Americans love to live outside their means. I've said this for a long time. Yes, cost of living is getting higher. Rents, food. But still, I still say this. Americans don't have an income problem as much as they have a spending problem. So based on that, all these things are coming to a head at once, unless the government does some, liberal friggin' bailout. We're going to, hold you and wipe your butt again. It could really start to unfold quickly. Where am I? What are you talking? Where am I? I'm right here, Doc. Did I drop off? Can you guys not hear me? What's he talking about? You guys hear me, right? That's what concerns me. Okay, thanks, Scorpion. It seems to be happening. And it's going to take a while to unfold, right? I mean, the eviction processes take a while. The repo man's got to find your vehicle. It's not smoke. It's actually vapor, son. Thanks, John. Thanks, Rhonda. It's very scary to me. It actually makes me sick to my stomach. Not, and back in 2008, everyone blamed the greedy bankers and greedy Wall Street. Okay, look, here's the deal. Yes. Okay. Yes, they wrote bad loans. They wrote subprime mortgages, which they've been doing again a lot. Look into it. I'm not making it up. That's why I've been positioning myself. I just don't know if I can position myself before this all happens like I want to. But yes, it's the bankers' fault for 2008. And now, yes, it's the government's fault for not regulating it, I guess, if you want to go down that rabbit hole. But I don't really want the government to regulate anything personally. Yes, it's Wall Street's fault for buying these packages and getting these loans bundled into all these bonds. And yes, but you know who else's fault it is? The average common American living outside their means. And nobody ever wants to talk about that. And that really pisses me off. There needs to be some accountability, personal accountability, because you know what? If you have personal accountability, someone can't sell you a loan you can't afford because you're going to say, I can't afford that. Nobody ever wants to talk about that. I don't like that. So it's everybody's fault. Okay? It's not just the bank. It's not just Wall Street, not just the government. It's not just the home buyer, the auto buyer. It's everybody. Everybody's in bed with the greed. Everyone's in bed with the selfishness. Everyone's in bed with the buy now, pay later, who gives a damn. So let's get that out in the open. Nobody really ever wants to hold the homeowner accountable that overextended themselves and the auto person. I'm sorry. And, I understand, things are going well. You finance a new car. Things are still going. Exactly, Beto. It's everyone's fault. Things are going well. Maybe me and the old lady can get a house. And then things happen. Unexpected things happen. I get it. And that sucks. But when you make that happen. Oh, I love those. Thanks, Doc. I got about 5 of these 1/10 ounce gold mercury rounds. God, I love them. If the mercury dime ain't sexy enough, man, now you can get the round in gold, baby. I'm a mercury junkie. I admit it. You combine all those things, man, and it's very, very scary. It's very, very concerning to me. And again, I'm not a doom and gloom. I'm not, hey, it's going to happen tomorrow. Only one. Yeah, and let's talk about bank. What's up, Jerry? How you doing, buddy? Let's talk about bank failures, Nickel. You and I are on the same page there, too. What's up, Faith? The government's not going to let the banks fail. The banks might fail, but the depositor will be made whole. That's just the way it is. So when people preach these bank failure videos, I don't know if they're saying, hey, a bunch of banks might fail, because I agree, it could happen. Or if they're saying a bunch of banks might fail, be scared, pull your money out because you're going to lose all your money, because that's not going to happen. 34 people in here right now. That's insane. Because it's 9:41 Pacific here, and I think everyone else is ahead of me, and it's Saturday night. I don't know, 35. Wow. Y'all rock. Hit the like button, please. Jerry, good to see you, buddy. I've been seeing a lot of your community posts, man. That's awesome. I'm happy to be out of YouTube jail, by the way. That was 24 hours of hard time. I'm a repeat offender, apparently. I think that was my third sentence. 37 people watching. Damn! What do y'all think? You know, I'm not one of those, it's all going to end tomorrow, but I see a domino effect potentially, likely. I would say, I'm going to say, it is extremely, extremely likely that this domino effect happens. Unless the government intervenes with some bailout package, some, you know, you don't got to take responsibility, or you don't have to take responsibility now package, which they've been doing mostly under the previous administration. But I don't see that happening with this administration. Definitely not as likely as with the last administration. So I would say it's a pretty sure thing that we're going to see a pretty nasty domino effect over the next, what do y'all think? I don't know, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, however long. But I think the dominoes are going to start falling over. 37 people, that's crazy. I haven't had this many people on the live in I don't know how long. 39. Woohoo, daddy! Especially because I didn't advertise this. By the way, you know what else happens on May 5th? Can anybody tell me? Anybody at all? I'll wait. And this really isn't a fair question, because there's like 3 of you I've told that I talk to on a regular basis. Texas, Nickel, but I think he only pays attention to like 30% of what I tell him. And Silver Cigars, who's not here supporting his boys. So y'all can't answer this question, but it's an unfair question. But can anyone else tell me what happens Monday, May 5th, besides the student loans getting collected on that are in default? All right, I'll give you that one, Jerry. Okay, here's what happens. I will have the owner of Hero Bullion on this show. I think it'll be 3 o'clock Pacific PM, maybe-ish. I'll advertise it. But Jake from Hero Bullion, because I use him a lot. Oh, that'll never happen, Doc. Although it should. You see that, Nickel? Oh, don't get me started, because I really want to make a joke about the Prince of, or the Ninja of Platinum. Because y'all know that one of the arts of Ninja is the art of invisibility, which, oddly enough, Neil has that in common with his Platinum stack, because no one's ever seen it because it doesn't exist. Anyway, I'm not going to bash Neil. However, Platinum Ninja, yes, thank you. The Art of Invisibility. 35 people. How many people are over there, Beto? I didn't know he was live. Okay, I did. And I'm not doing a live now because he's doing it. I'm doing a live now because this has been bothering me. And I actually went into work 3 times today, so I didn't have time to do it earlier. And I have to have my no, I'm not hating on Platinum at all, Doc. I hold Platinum. What I'm saying is he's the ninja, the Platinum Ninja, but he doesn't hold any platinum. And one of the arts of ninjutsu is the art of invisibility. So do you see the humor there? 40 watching Neil or 40 watching me? Oh, God. Oh, my. Are there 40 over there for him? Good for him, dude. He's got 40 people over there, Beto? Good for Neil. That's good, actually. Dang. God, what the hell was I saying? Y'all got me sidetracked. The domino effect. It's happening. Oh, and here watching. Okay. Which amazes me. Y'all are fantastic. I appreciate you. The domino effect. Who knows how deep this hole is? Do I think the government's going to intervene if it gets too bad? Probably. And I want to talk about this too. I want to talk about, a lot of people think I hate Trump. I just don't like the tariffs. I like a lot of what he's done. And I think to myself, and this is key. Remember, and I defend him on this fully because I've really tried to put myself in his shoes, and I really want you guys to, give me your input on this. Go back to 2020, okay? And, I'm looking on YouTube on my computer right now. There's a guy named GTA Gold Silver. GTA Gold Silver. And I couldn't comment on his video last night because I was in YouTube jail. I watched it. He's put out some good stuff. He did a video 7 hours ago, 6 views. So can one of my mods type in GTA Gold Silver and drop his link in here, because he's actually put out some good stuff and I think he deserves more views. I'm sorry I got sidetracked. I just saw that on my desktop. But back to the Trump thing. So someone put in GTA Gold Silver's link. Go to his channel. I guess I could do it. Hold on. I'll do it. I want you really to think about this with Trump, though, please. Dude, this guy's got 39 subs and 38 videos. Come on, we can do better than that. He actually puts out some good stuff. Now I have to go to my stupid. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat. Go show him some love. I was really mad I couldn't comment on his channel last night. Boom, right there in the chat. Step him up, show him some love, watch his crap. Not crap, you know what I'm saying. Watch the stuff, give him a like. Okay, so 2019, 2020, when it all went down. States closed their economies. Trump couldn't control that. He got to the point where he said, listen, if you don't reopen your economies after so long, we're cutting federal funding. That wasn't his fault. Because if you think about a governor, thank you, blue collar, a governor, and Doc, I don't remember that name. A governor is kind of like the president of their own state, right? For the most part, in a lot of ways. So, thank you, J-Lo. And what not again, can't say that. What, Zardos? Thank you, Rhonda. He's going to be like, why am I getting all these subs? That's awesome. You guys are great. But go watch him too. Give him a thumbs up, leave him a comment. Be like, hey, heard about you. Good video, whatever. You didn't got to tell him who told you. I don't care. But I think he's doing good stuff. So the governors are the states, are the president of their own states, right? Essentially. Let's look at it that way, because that's pretty much what they say goes for the most part. All of them, pretty much, but Kristi Noem, which I love that woman. I do. She's like, we ain't closing. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing mass mandates. I love that woman. I do. And Trump got to the point where he said, listen, y'all got to open up, man. Y'all got to, get your economies going. People can't afford not to work. So everyone blamed him for printing all the currency to send to people, which really wasn't enough, let's be honest, because he had no choice. Did it contribute to inflation? 100%. What was he supposed to do, though? Okay. People are stupid and overspend, which is why we're having this video to begin with. Cars they can't afford, houses they can't afford, probably too many kids they can't afford, boats they can't afford, the whole nine, right? So what would he do? What would you do if states were shutting down the economy, right? People were too stupid to save money, even though the states never should have closed the economies. Thank you again, Chrissy Nome, for having a sack. I love that. I really do love that woman. What would you do? People had to have the cash. He couldn't force the governors to open up their states. He did put pressure on them with the, hey, if you don't do this, you ain't getting no money. So that greatly contributed to inflation. But what was the alternative? So I will defend him on that. It's all Nickel's fault for crashing the economy. Beto, and I told Nickel this the other night. Nickel is terrible for the economy because he's so damn cheap and don't spend no money. If you were a business owner and you saw that guy coming, you say, oh, no, here comes the guy with 6,000 coupons, a stack on top of him. He's going to get a 7-course meal for $2 and complain about it and not tip, probably. YouTube deleted what? Anyway, so I do defend Trump on that, but we have a lot of inflation due to that. Now, how much inflation are we going to have from all these forbearances? I wonder, and all these foreclosures. It scares me very much. So hopefully, and I'm not going to give specifics, not because of y'all, but I'm not going to give specifics because I've helped people in the past make a lot of money in paper markets that really weren't my friends. And I never know if they're lurking and listening, because if that person or those people they'll invest in whatever I tell them to invest because I have a proven track record with them and I made them a lot of money. And honestly, I don't want to help someone that wasn't my friend that told me they were. So you'll have to do a little digging. I'll drop you a little nugget. Okay. Look into Michael Berry, 2008. Look into what he did. And look into how you can do the same thing. But as an individual, you can't, but you can do it through paper markets. That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't take a lot of work to figure it out. And I'm playing both sides. I'm investing in mortgage-backed securities, and I'm investing in the short. And some days they both do well. Doc, I just said a mouthful right there, honestly. Some days they both do well, which is kind of weird because they work opposite to each other. One of them's backing the mortgage-backed security through the government. One of them saying, I'm betting against the people who don't pay their bills. So when they both go up at the same day, it's weird, but most of the time they don't. And it's said time when I start to see the domino effect for the short and for people not being able to pay their auto loans and their home loans and the student loans, which aren't directly connected to it, but they are indirectly. Because if you can't pay your student loans, can't pay your home loan, you're just broke all around. When I see that flip, I will take the money I have, the currency I have in the mortgage-backed securities, and I will put it in my short funds, betting the other direction. It's kind of like this versus this, right? And this. If you're betting for the dollar, you're not betting for gold and silver. I'm betting one way, but I'm hedging myself in the paper markets. Due to what I think's going to happen. What's that? Count Derpula for been forever. Anyway, I do have to get up early. We had a max of 38, 40 people in here. That's incredible. Please go hit up the channel here. I'm GTA. I'm going to drop his link in the description below. But don't just sub him and not watch. It doesn't help anybody. Sub, comment, like. Also, come by here as much as you can because I know YouTube doesn't push my videos. I went from getting 10, 12, 6,000 views to 200 a video. So, and there's channels that I don't ever see anymore that are still putting out content, and it makes me mad. Like World Money Wins. I never get notifications. What's up, Chris? So let's support each other in the community. We all have differences of opinions. I think we can learn something from each other. Some people are just nuts. Honestly, there are a lot of nuts in the community. But, let's support each other. Got to get up early tomorrow. I'm very sorry I had to make this video. I'm not a doom and gloomer. I'm not a, the end is coming tomorrow, put all your assets into this or that kind of guy. I'm not. You all know that. If you listen to me, you know that. But I'm very, very, well, that's good to know, Rhonda. Thank you. I'm very, very distraught. I'm sick to my stomach, honestly, about all these things I see starting to take place at the same time. It's very, very concerning to me. And yes, I'm gonna, probably profit kind of decently as long as I can get enough money in the markets to do it. But I don't want it. I don't want to see people lose. And you know what I really want even more than that? I want to see people say, okay, I made this mistake. I over leveraged myself. I'm not going to do it again. And I want them to listen to learn from the people who did it before them. But that doesn't happen, man. So I can't change it. All I can do is try to make it work for me, I guess. Maybe you can make it work for you, but it sucks. That being said, I don't usually stream alone, so thank you very much for saying that, Blue Collar. I'm not one of those solo streamer guys usually. I've done them here and there, but it's with a heavy heart that I make this video. I'm actually very sad. My heart rate's been elevated. I probably missed a bunch of points I wanted to touch on. That in the description below, I did include some of the links that I used. The websites. It's pretty damn scary, y'all. By the way, if you want to get one of these cool Mercury rounds or anything else, there is a Money Metals link in the description below. I do have an affiliate link with them. You will pay more for their gold. Their platinum is usually the cheapest around. Their silver prices are middle of the road. Their gold's a little more expensive, I'm not going to lie, but it does give back to the channel with no additional cost to you. Let me know if you use the link because they've kind of lost sight of it a couple times. I don't think it was intentional. But their platinum prices are phenomenal, and I do believe we should have some platinum in the stack. Their silver prices are pretty fair, and they have some of the sexiest gold, which is why I have 5 of these and a couple other Liberty rounds I got from them. So, but let me know if you use a link. Send me an email, whatever, just so I can say, hey, so-and-so used it. This is what they spent. Here's the order number. Make sure that you include me in that. That aside, if any of you are in the situation with student loans, auto debt, mortgage defaults, all the above, my heart goes out to you. I'm not going to preach to you that you should have been smarter because we all do stupid crap. I've done it. I'll do it again. You ever pulled out in front of someone going down the road? We all are the a-hole. We all are the idiot once in a while. So my heart goes out to people. And if you're not one of those people, hopefully it doesn't affect your business, your employer too much, your job. And hopefully you can find a way to leverage it so you can make a few bucks. Maybe even buy a house cheap, or 2, or 10, depending on your situation. I'm not there, but I wish I was. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Hit the like. And keep stacking.